Learn your rules. You better learn your rules. If you don't, you will get kicked out. No,
That's your theme song
no,
for
the
your.
fucking ain't. I ain't from goddamn the mountains. How about y'all? You got Hog. Thanks for stopping by. So listen here. We're on Diablo 3, Season 27. We about halfway through the season. We on, I guess it's Sunday now, so we on week 11. Um, you're probably running a lot of bounties at this point because you're trying to reforge and get that perfect squirts and get that Halo of Carini and get that elusive ring and all these things everybody's looking for, right? So that means you got to do a lot of materials. You craft in a lot of captains. Craft in a lot of all guilds. You get it, right? If you're not in a clan or no one in your clan is on or any of that, your buddies ain't on or whatever, it will force you to do public bounties. And we've been playing the game long enough, you know public bounties can be kind of like going to the dentist. You know, it's not something that's a lot of fun. Um, so I wanted to bring this to y'all's attention and talk about kind of like the unspoken etiquette. You know, like in golf, there's etiquette. You let somebody, if you're slower than somebody, right, you usually let them play through. Or in fishing, you know, if somebody gets to that spot first, you just let them have that spot. You don't come over there and step all over their spot and, piss them people off or whatever. But you got the same thing when you're running public bounties. There is an etiquette that um, it's kind of unspoken, but I think it's time to speak about it. I hear a lot of complaining from guys, talking about I got in a public game and this happened, or they're so slow, or this, that, the other. So, a lot of times there's guys that come back from not playing the game for a long time, and they may not be aware. There's all other times that players just, I don't know. Let's just be real. They want to be selfish. They come in the game, they just start, and then they want people to carry them. There are people that do that. So, anyway, let's just lay out the baseline rules of what you need to how you need to act. And this just goes to being a good human being. If you're gonna give me shit in the comments about it, "Oh, look at him, he's saying there's etiquette that needs to be followed." This is just about being a good human, being an efficient Diablo player, not being toxic, and making sure that everybody comes together and finds a common goal, which is to get the bounties as fast as possible. Correct? Do you want to spend 20 minutes on a bounty? No. So let's get into it. Okay. Now, first things first. If you can't do bounties by yourself on T16, don't join a public bounty game. Okay. If you're just starting out on the game and you're having a hard time, okay, let me back up. Let's say you woke up this morning and you said, "Man, I want to play Diablo 3 Season 27. That's what I want to do. I want to get on Diablo 3 bounties. I'm going to run these bounties until the sun comes up." Only one problem, you brand new to the game and you got 200 Paragon and you're running a witch doctor. You're not going to be good at bounties. And you're probably going to make a lot of people annoyed that you're a 200 Paragon, you just got power leveled, now you're sitting in here leeching on bounties. So, number one, make sure your tune can actually do T16. Make sure they can actually do bounties without dying. So that's the most important thing of all this. If you can't do it, then you go to the link in the description and you click on our Discord. And you come in and you talk to us and you join our clan, the Plebs for Life clan. Okay? That's easy. So if you can't meet that very number one basic requirement, you just join our clan. We'll help you out. We'll get your Paragon up. And then you can run bounties with a clan. Okay? Number two, you need to have the optimal character. So bounties are best done with speed runs because most people you don't do this for fun. You don't do bounties for fun. You do bounties because you need the cash, right? You need the bounty cash. So you got to do it fast. Okay? Cold hard reality. There's 3 characters that are fast to do this with. And it's Demon Hunter, and it's Crusader, and it's Monk. That's it. I know some of y'all are going to say, what about Barbarian? La la la. Okay, so Monk and Barbarian, those are gear dependent. So Barbarian can do it. Is it not optimal? Kinda. The Monk can do it with good cooldown reduction, good gear, good resource cost reduction, right? The easiest ones are the Crusader and the Demon Hunter. So if you have those two and they're built correctly and they'll do T16 solo, then you can do bounties. No problem. Okay? Now, there's an assigned act. So if you've got 5 people, not 5, excuse me, you got 4 people, 5 acts. So everybody take an act. So the second you join in, just see what everybody's at and run it. So let's say I'm doing Act 1. It's just me. You should be able to do Act 1 efficiently in no time. When everyone's done with their act, then you jump over here to Act 5. And everybody does 1.
Don't you miss
Okay?
me just a little?
Now, when you're doing your bounties, and let's say one of these like killed a queen here, that's going to proc a boss accept or decline. The person doing the boss needs to accept everybody else decline, because if you pull out of that to go all 4 people to fight this one boss, then everyone's got to go back, and that's going to take a lot more time. This is all about time efficiency. As efficient as you possibly can be. You really don't want to be picking up a bunch of items. You really don't want to stop and pick up materials that drop, because you're going to get materials that drop out of the cache. And it's a lot faster to just go ahead and get the objective completed and then get the materials out of the cache than it is for you to sit there and pick up all these yellows and salvage and then pick up legendaries and salvage. Now, if it's something you're looking for, you know, a ring or something, I understand. But be as efficient as possible. Which leads me into this. If you find a rainbow goblin, kill it. Do not take the portal. Hit tab, okay, bring up your map and look and see where you're at and let everybody know. Or if you're even better and you don't need to let everybody know, just write it down or keep a mental note of where you killed that thing, and then at the end of the run, then let everybody know, hey, let's go check out and see if we got wings. And for a long time, I was like, oh, hell no, I need to stop the bounty and go do it right then and there. You know, fuck them bounties. That's what I'd say. No, you can't do that. You've got to think about your common man. You got to think about the team. I know a lot of people today's day and age are saying, fuck the team. You know, it's all about me. We got to get away from that, right? So help each other out, achieve a common goal. Don't double up. So what I mean by that is, like I said earlier, one person take one act. Don't have 2 people working one act. It's a waste of time. Each person has their assignment. Do your job. Move on to Act 5. Just, you know, a couple of common sense things. Commit to your act. So don't do 2 acts here and then jump to Act 2 and do 2 acts in Act 2 or 2 bounties in Act 2. Don't do that. Okay? Commit to what you're doing. And try not to do bounties before you got to go do something. I mean, I understand everyone's got to go to the bathroom or something happens, but make sure you actually commit to doing bounties in a public game, and don't do 3 of these bounties and then dip out. There's going to be a certain point of time in the game where it's not going to let anybody else come in. And that's not saying that it's written in there, but a lot of times you can have problems inviting people back in the game. Let's get old Jake in here. Big point to make here, okay? Very, very, very important. Listen. When you're collecting bounties in Diablo 3, do not, if you get done with Act 1, let's say I get done with Act 1, and I'm ready to go over here to Tyrael and collect the chest, don't do it. Wait till everybody is done. Wait till you have 5 of these objectives over here on the screen, just boo-doo-doo-doo. And the reason for that is, I know some of y'all are immediately going, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. If you have a full inventory, because you're in a hurry to get all this stuff, and you've been picking up stuff on accident, whatever the case may be, and somebody claims that chest, it's going to drop in the world, and you might not know where you're at, okay? That's why I say to do that. It's best practice. Make sure everyone's done, everyone's inventory is clear, you all take an act at a time. So this is the last point. Don't be a leech, okay? And don't sit in town and not take your act. So if your act was Act 1, when everyone gets done with Act 5, you need to teleport back to Act 1, come in here and take it. That way you don't have one guy trying to teleport to all 5 acts and pick up the bounty cache, right? And that's just real simple. I know it's kind of elementary to folks that are listening to it, but You'll be surprised at the amount of complaints that I hear, like, hey, this guy was 200 Paragon. He couldn't kill anything. He was just sitting here in the corner. One guy joins in, just sits in town, waits for everybody to do all the bounties for him, and then he's like, oh, sorry, I couldn't do anything. Don't be that guy. We have special communities for if you're new and you need help. We have a special clan for that. We'll help you out. We got you on that. But don't go in a public game doing that. You don't want to be that guy. You don't want to give yourself a bad name. People remember screen names and stuff, and you want everybody to want to play with you. So, speaking of that, join the clan, join the Discord. Appreciate all the growth we're getting. Y'all are kick ass. We're really trying to hit 1,000. So if you watch this video and you're not subscribed, there's a lot of y'all doing that. What the hell, man? Hook it up. Hit subscribe. It's literally, this is what you got to do. Are you too lazy to do that, or you just don't like me? Because you keep watching my stuff, but you don't click subscribe. So do it. Hit subscribe, please. Please, sir. Thank y'all so much. We'll see you next time.